Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to set 2 in the game between Lecaf Oz and eSTRO. By the way, I always mix up my nouns. I'm not sure which constitutes a game, and which is a set, and which is a match, and which is a series. So if anyone does know, please do clarify for me, because I hate just misusing words. Anyway, we do have HiyA up again. This is set 2. HiyA won the last one against Tester in a... well, it wasn't the most exciting of games. It was pretty darn standard, except for early arbiters into fail by Tester. So we didn't really see much. HiyA is once again playing another Protoss player from eSTRO. This Protoss player is called Sangho. I believe he is, well, I've heard of him. So that's a start. Sangho is, I think, one of the top 10 or 15 players in Pro League. Unfortunately, he is only 33% against Terran. Remember that HiyA is 60% against Protoss. So I'm not even sure why eSTRO decided to field Sangho at this point in time. I'm sure they have some rhyme or reason to selecting players, but this seems a bit weird to me. Alright, so HiyA is spawning as white Terran at the bottom right corner, and Sangho is spawning as, I think it's like beige Protoss. The colors are kind of similar on my screen. Sangho is spawning at the top right of Andromeda. So this might be interesting. This is in cross position. We may see some early game tactics instead of late game, but this actually is Andromeda, so never mind. Andromeda is a huge map. You have 3 bases to yourself. What happens a lot is that the Terran is able to macro up 3 base Terran to 3 base Protoss, and what happens usually is that the Terran goes for a timing push. He takes all his 3 bases, and then maybe he'll go for a flash build, get the 2-1 upgrades, and then just push out. So we might see some of that. We are probably seeing a wall off. That is possible on some of the positions on Andromeda. I don't think it's possible on some of the other ones. So we might be in for a long ride here, and my voice kind of hurts, so hopefully it won't crack too much. Hopefully it will still be enjoyable to listen to, and if not, forgive me, I don't have water on hand. So yeah, this is kind of, I'm not really sure how this is going to go. This map is Andromeda. It is 52.7% again PVT, but then again, those are really small numbers. 52.7% is probably because of the players themselves rather than any map imbalances. The most relevant map details that I can think of, map features that I can think of, is that there are 3 bases, so what you have is a macro game usually. And what's also interesting is that the terrain on Andromeda is not really good. Oh my gosh, there's a 14 Nexus. I think I just saw a 14 Nexus. Alright, 14 Nexus from Sangho, or maybe 1 gate into Nexus. I hope it was 1 gate, but I don't think so. It's only around 3 minutes in the game. That was a 14 Nexus into Gateway. Wow, that's kind of risky, kind of greedy. We'll see if this pays off for Sangho though. But yeah, what's also interesting about this map is that you can't really do a slow push because you can't build turrets, and this SCV from HiyA will scout out the 14 Nexus. You'll probably know that that is a 14 Nexus because that gateway has not been warped in yet, and now Sangho is going for his gas. So he will be continuing into probably just, I don't know, tech, maybe a Dragoon, or just to defend his base. He needs a Zella or something to defend his base soon. And HiyA knows this though, so he may be able to just adapt his strategy. Unfortunately, Sangho has not scouted in the correct direction, so he is going to be scouting all the other bases before scouting HiyA's, and unfortunately for him, HiyA's base is now completely walled off, so he kind of just lost out there. I mean, if he had just gone clockwise instead of counterclockwise, well, he might have been okay. But now he's not, so HiyA probably will be able to do something against this. He might go for 2-fact, he might go for a command center of his own, but I don't think that would be the best idea here, because he'll lose out economically to Sangho. So yeah, but then again, this is Andromeda when you think about it, so I don't know, 2-fact pushes are kind of hard to pull off, I guess. And this probe scout will not get in. Alright, that probe is dead. Poor probe. There is a command center coming though, so I was wrong. He's not going for a 2-fact. That's probably, I don't know, these pro gamers know what they're doing, I think. Even HiyA knows what he's doing. And a 2-fact push on Andromeda just probably won't be that effective. Also, the distances are kind of long, even if they're not cross-position. And that Vulture almost gets those probes. Oh, that base is completely unprotected. Why is there not a Dragoon out yet? Wow, that Zealot is the only thing preventing all those drone kills. And will it get in? Will it? No, the Vulture is going to be chased out by that Dragoon, but not before it takes out this Zealot. Nice work by HiyA. That Dragoon continues to chase that Vulture. I'm not sure why it's chasing the Vulture that far out. It needs to be kind of in a better position than halfway across the map. And there is a Citadel of Adun coming up though, so we may see Templars, we may see Arbiters. I hope we don't see Arbiters again, because I really don't think it's that viable of a strategy unless you're really good at it. And I'm not sure if Tester or Sangho would be really good at it. I believe we have Dragoon range researching though. So actually the Citadel might just be for like upgrades, maybe Templar tech, early Templar tech. There is a command center not being lifted right now. Maybe HiyA doesn't feel that comfortable in this position. Maybe well actually he should feel quite comfortable, because there really are no units out by Sangho. So I guess he might have just been a bit late on that command center, maybe not. There is an armory coming out. That's a good idea, because you need Goliath to be able to just do pushes for anti-air, because you can't build turrets as you normally would in a slow push. But a pair of Goliath should be enough, usually, for any observers, for arbiters, not for carriers though. There is Templar tech coming and a robotics facility. This will probably come into play in the form of a DT drop, and the engineering bay by HiyA will probably be up in time though, so I'm not sure how effective this will be. There will be a very narrow choke, but that won't matter from a a shuttle of DTs. But turrets are already going up. Really, Sangho's gonna have to navigate pretty well through this. I feel like both Protoss players in eSTRO who have been put up so